One. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another scintillating, super jazzy edition of AIWF Ringside Wrestling.
Extreme Wrestling Makeover.
Yeah, my name is Mad Matt Carter. For those of you watching on YouTube, we were just talking about before we went on the air about some new things that are coming to the Mid Atlantic that you're going to see when we start doing shows again in March. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be very exciting. We think you're really going to like it. Being joined, of course, as always, by Commissioner Rick Diesel and Hall of Famers Brian and Reagan Danzig, which I've said it before. Really, all of us on this panel now are Hall of Famers, so it's pretty awesome. So,
yeah,
your Hall of Fame panel.
So Trista tried to get me to do the show from her house while she was live on TikTok doing T-shirts. So,
bad idea.
That's kind of what I told her. I said, I don't know if that'll work or not.
That'd be too much. It would be distracting for the audience.
Yeah.
Like when you watch WWE and like somebody's got a really great cosplay outfit on and they're across from the hard cam. They always either make them move or give them free T-shirts to put over the costume so they don't distract the audience.
Oh, do they really? Because AEW doesn't do that, which I kind of liked. Like the last show we didn't watch this week because we were busy, but they had a guy who was dressed like Dusty and somebody else, and they kept throwing people into his area. So
see, I think they should let the fans be the fans.
Well, I agree, but see, I'm one of those who's easily distracted by something in the background, especially in wrestling. And I remember there was a night on Raw where they had a guy dressed like Hulk Hogan, a guy dressed like Randy Savage, and let me tell you, he was sparkly. He was sparkly, like real sparkly under those lights. And I can't remember the third guy, and they were on the front row right across from the hard cam. And I'm staring at them through the whole match. And they finally moved them because you could see them on the opposite side. They put them on the front row with the hard cam. You could still see their backs. And I remember thinking, man, I'm glad they did that because I was having trouble paying attention to the matches. So it's for they do it for dumbasses like me, and I appreciate it. Okay.
So if I get something shiny and hold it up, you're going to be like a cat. Like, oh, we got our cat I got our cats one of those laser pointers. So I guess Matt is like that when it comes to things on the camera.
I'm easily distracted by stuff like that. And we showed my Aunt Babs, rest her soul, before she passed away. We were up there visiting her a few years ago. And I was like, hey, do you have a laser pen like that? And she's like, yeah, I've got one. I said, watch this. And she had a cat. And so I started doing a thing with the laser pen. And you know how cats, they love that laser pen. And she had never even seen that before. I mean, she was in her 80s. She hadn't seen the videos on the internet, right? And so she got that laser pen out once a day and exercised that cat for about 30 minutes and had to chase that pen all over the room. So, I love Midnight. What a good cat that boy was. Oh, mercy. Let's see. It's too bad he went crazy and they had to put him down. Well, that kind of brought everything down.
All right. What are we watching tonight?
All right. Let's cover some news. Of course, this is January 14th. Let me start the slideshow so we go full screen on here so you're not bothered by the borders. Ringside Wrestling for January 14th. Come check us out on Instagram. I just put the video of Clara Carter and Sis Sasaki from West Virginia on Instagram yesterday. So if you want to check that out, if you haven't seen it already, it's there. AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. And of course, Rick Diesel is at Diesel, DEEZEL 247, just like you see it right there. Come on over to Insta and check us out. You can find me on X at Mad Matt Concord, although I post a little bit and retweet some stuff that I find interesting related to wrestling. But X, I don't know, man, what I've done with my algorithm or if I'm just stopping on the wrong things, but seems to have got really depressing in the last couple of weeks. I don't know, just a bunch of sad stuff like, kids attacking bus drivers and just all kinds of stuff. It just is very unpleasant. So I don't know. Maybe I need to watch my habits. Here's our schedule for 2024, and you will see the big reveal coming up at the anniversary show on March 2nd and 3rd. It's our anniversary weekend, 32nd year of operation for the AIWF, and they're all our dates as they are listed so far. The fair is back in September, which has me very excited because maybe it won't be so damn hot.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of wrestling in a few weeks stretch right there, Rick Diesel, like September 14th, the regular TV taping, then the fair shows, which is
Well,
Tuesday.
every year when we do the fair shows, it jams up that month.
It does. It's incredible, but it's a lot of fun. And so I can't. I always look forward to the fair show. It's one of my favorite shows every year, even though, we never know who's going to be there or who's going to show up or what's going to happen. One of the funniest things that happened is a few years ago, White Mike showed up and got his hands on the microphone that goes over to the entire fairground. Oh my God.
I enjoy him.
I love that dude.
Everything he does is so good.
He cracks me up, and he's always
does.
on too, even in the locker room. I mean, he is just on. So did anybody see or read about the big Twitter kerfuffle this week involving Tony Khan and Jinder McCall? Oh
No.
mercy.
But it's been a very busy week for me.
He has had a busy week. You just, you know what? Just, I don't know. You go ahead and tell the story, Matt, and then we'll.
Well, I don't have the tweets in front of me because every wrestling podcast in the damn country has covered this so far. But let me take down the slideshow and see what I can find here.
Is that the story I sent you, or was that another Tony Khan story?
That was something else.
Of course.
Yeah, he went on a rant. Let's see. Ringside News is usually pretty good. To headline here, let me show this to everybody. Let's screen share so we can look at it together. So I'm not just talking. Come on, cooperate with me.
Okay. I was doing some sharing.
Thank you. All right, so let's see here. Thank you to Ringside News, by the way. Ringsidenews.com. Pretty good website. They don't they try to verify better than other websites. They're not so fast to just run with stuff. AEW President Tony Khan, known for his passion for the wrestling business, recently experienced another Twitter debacle that hurt his reputation. While fans clearly think less of him now, many backstage in AEW also aren't happy about Tony Khan's actions on Twitter. And here it is. This is where he started with tweeting out a double standard at 730 Hook, 28-1. That's Hook, Taz's son in AEW. Career record on winning a streak calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's had in the past year. Immediately gets title shot. Where is the rage? And then hashtag AEW tomorrow TBS. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Everybody was praising the decision to put Hook up against Samoa Joe. And that Jinder Mahal against Seth Rollins match happens tomorrow night on Raw against an NFL playoff game. So I think it was a good move as far as
what was the rant? I was dealing with something.
Just that he says it's a double standard that he says people complained that Hook got a title shot, even though he did not have that great of a record. But nobody said everybody's excited because Jinder Mahal has a shot and he hasn't won any matches in a long time.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I don't think that's really accurate because I didn't see anybody on Twitter complaining about the Samoa Joe Hook match. I didn't see any of that. I saw a lot of complaining about Jinder Mahal because people just don't like him. I mean, the foreign menace that thinks America sucks, I mean, he got natural heat.
Where's Jinder Mahal been working at?
He's in WWE.
He's in WWE, yeah.
Has he been there or did he just come back?
He just came back. He came back a couple
How long has he been gone?
Oh, shoot. I hadn't seen him on TV in probably 6-8 months, maybe longer. Anybody out there in the comments section on Facebook want to let us know when the last time Jinder Mahal was on TV? Put it in the comments. And we got Reagan with us tonight, so she'll be able to watch those.
Well, I have my opinion on that is I see both sides. One, I've never been a fan of Hook.
I hadn't either.
To me, he's just Orange Cassidy without his hands in his pockets. But then again, Jinder
goes
Mahal, if he hasn't been there climbing the ranks, then and they give him a title shot just when he walked back in the door, I kind of see Tony Khan's point.
Mhm.
So
My thing though is it's just not Tony Khan's place to make that critique, because for one thing, as the owner of the promotion, that should be beneath you. You shouldn't be squabbling with who the WWE is and isn't giving title shots to. I think that makes you look small when you are going on Twitter and complaining about, oh, the trolls are complaining about who I'm giving a title shot to. It's like, don't that again, it just makes you look small when you let the trolls get under your skin and you start, you don't see Vince McMahon or Triple H going on Twitter and complaining about the trolls.
no, well, Vince McMahon and Triple H is a lot more professional in the business
Exactly.
than Tony Khan. And for some reason, the only thing that I think that Tony Khan don't think he's supposed to have his hands in is the toilet. And I don't think they'll let him clean them at the buildings because he's not contracted to.
It's just another one of those things where, like, he just needs to focus on his product. He needs to focus on making the best decisions for his product, because, you know, AEW people, and I don't know specifically if he said this, but, you know, you always hear AEW people saying like, oh, WWE's in our business and da-da-da, and they did this because it's an underhanded comment or whatever. But, you know, just run your organization. I just saw a quote from Samoa Joe a couple of days ago where he's just like, you know, he is talking about like that a lot of people talk junk about Tony Khan and stuff. But, you know, he's also like, what we need to do is we just need to focus on having leadership in the back. And he's like, I can do that, you know, because he has the belt now.
Yeah.
And he's like, and just, I don't know what the whole, but it's pretty much just saying, let's just focus on what we have and what we can do. Let's not worry about all the backstage squabbling anymore. Let's move past that, you know. And I think that's true. Just do your product. I mean, and I'm not saying that in the past we haven't made snide comments here and there, but, you know, but we don't like, don't call out somebody so specifically.
Well, and he's obsessed.
He is.
He's constantly doing it. It's not a comment. And again, when you're running a promotion that's on worldwide TV, be above it. Don't, you're just making yourself look small.
And how many times do I say that Tony Khan acts like he's running a crappy old little indie somewhere? You know, he says the stuff.
Yeah.
He says the stuff that we have heard. I mean, in the past, you know, when there were a lot more you know, like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, where there was wrestling on every corner and every city had about 6 promotions, you know, you would hear the same thing, and it just reeks of jealousy. Like, it just reeks of jealousy on Tony Khan's part.
Well, who is it in AEW that's so afraid of him that they're not trying to stop him from doing this?
Everybody, they're afraid they'll lose their paycheck.
Yeah,
if they tell him no.
I mean, my God.
Like,
and why does he think that it gets him anywhere?
Because
he's
I don't understand it. What is his mindset that he thinks, oh, well, I need to do this? I mean, does he just not know any better? Has he never been told no? His daddy never told him no?
I doubt it, because he grew up rich. So, and people who grow up rich grow up around yes men who tell them that every idea they have is great, and so they start believing it, and they believe they can do no wrong.
Well, I think mom and dad probably told Tony yes, probably told him no a lot when he was a kid. But Brian's right. The other people around him, they're just trying to fleece him for whatever they can get.
Yeah. And it's just, again, I say this over and over again. I know you did a dig at Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy is a very sound technical wrestler. Very sound. Just like Hulk Hogan was a very sound, he could wrestle a technical match. There's just some gimmicks that And if you watch now, Orange Cassidy's matches aren't always that gimmick with his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, he's starting to get away
I've
from
never
that.
been able to get past the hands in his pocket to watch his matches.
Well,
I can't do
he
it.
does that. If you look at a home match, he does that twice. He has a move off the top rope where he puts his hands in his pockets and jumps, and then that's it. I mean, he's shockingly a good technical wrestler. So, but
me in my world of it should look real. The minute he puts him hands in his pocket, his opponent should punch him right between the eyes.
Yeah, but wrestling's also about finesse and about character. We talk about character all the time on here, all the time. And then you get a character and you shit on a little bit of the character. I'm just saying, Tony Khan, Rick Diesel.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't let that character in my ring. So.
God, you're terrible. You're terrible. I'm not even gonna say about. Never mind. I'm gonna zip it right now. Zip it.
So let's get away, because I don't want people to think, "Oh, you're trashing AEW again." We're not trashing them. We want them to succeed.
I like the product.
Yeah, I do not, but I'm not trashing them. I want them to get better. And so this is a look at AEW presents Revolution at the Greensboro Coliseum coming up on March 3rd. And this thing has sold way over 10,000 tickets.
Holy moly.
So far. Yeah, and you can see how many seats are actually
at those prices.
Yeah, well, AEW at pay-per-view across from the hard cam is very expensive. So then let's see what these seats over here are. Let's click on 466.75, but they're listed official platinum too.
Who was it on this show? Did somebody on this show say that they might be going to this?
Yeah, I ain't got the money.
Yeah, I started to say, I bet you ain't now.
Well, look, I'm zooming back. I'm trying to get it to go faster. But
one way you could afford them ticket prices if you worked for Tony Khan.
Yeah. Here's some tickets up in the upper level. Let's see what they're going for. Come on.
We'd have to each sit in different sections.
Yeah.
We'd be able to sit together.
I have sat in the nosebleeds at the Greensboro Coliseum for a God, what is Unforgiven? Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Those seats are terribly scary.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. I get vertigo when I'm up there in them things. I'm like,
it is.
Yeah.
Why am I looking straight down?
You think that's bad? Try it in the Spectrum Center here in Charlotte. Now, Greensboro is very scary. I've been in those seats before, but when I I got comp tickets to a Bobcats game when we first moved down here, and they were up on the 5th floor in those seats, and I felt like I was going to fall out of the seat if I leaned forward too far. I mean, fall all the way to the floor. And so if I can't get tickets in the bottom level to anything I go to in either one of those buildings anymore, I just don't go. I mean,
well, I would want one over next to a column so I could hold on to it.
Yeah. My seats for Raw SmackDown are great though. They're on the hard camera side, no chance of being on TV. And so that's why Jinky gave me the thumbs up till we could go.
Yes. March is we have children's birthdays in March, so I have to save my money for that.
Well, it's Sting's last match, so I think that's going to be what draws the house. And who knows, they might open up those other sections and get rid of the big stage like WWE did at Survivor Series and open up those other sections. If the tickets are selling that well, I don't see why not.
It don't look like there's very many left.
Yeah, I mean, why not get rid of the big stage and open up those other sections and sell them, man? You know, I've been to Greensboro for a WWE house show where we actually sat in those seats that be behind where the stage normally is for TV, and we could see great. So, you know, hey, it's $700 a pop. If you can sell another 2,500 seats, why not?
Wrestling's getting too expensive for my blood.
That's why I only go once a year to the big deal.
Love the indies.
I have not been to I don't know the last time I was at a show I might always be back into that when we went to that house show for Impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Where was that at?
It was in Greensboro, right?
Okay.
Or was it in Winston?
I think it was
Speaking of TNA, did you see their Did you see their house for their show this weekend? Their pay-per-view?
No, what was
No,
it?
was it good?
They sold good.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to look on WrestleTix. I'm not gonna subscribe though. I'm a cheap bastard.
Mm.
This is interesting. This is Fright Night 2013.
Oh my.
Jenny Janetti, and Jody Osborne against this guy. I missed his name.
Sean
Sean
Cruz.
Cruz.
That's Virginia Sean. I call him Virginia Sean Cruz.
Not the other Sean Cruz.
Right, not North Carolina Sean Cruz.
I'm
That's
trying to-
Virginia Sean Cruz.
Trying to put my there we go. I
Looks
did
like-
not know Jenny Janetti wrestled. That's interesting to me.
She didn't a lot. It was occasionally.
No. But yeah, when we used to be at the Armory, it looks like a young Jacob Ryan refereeing that match.
Hmm.
Fuck him.
The guard come by and dropped off food.
Foxy Roxy, did Rick tell me that one time she tagged with shit. The woman in TNA, what's her name?
Oh yeah.
Not
I know
not
who you're talking about, but I can't think of her name.
Rose.
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose.
Yes. Yes.
Nyla Rose.
She's the transgendered woman who works for AEW.
Oh yeah.
And then, her and Foxy Roxy have, that in common, I believe.
Well, that just answered a lot of questions I've had over the years. Thank you, Reagan. I'm not trying to be funny here. I just Foxy Roxy told me that she wrestled in WWE in a couple of dark matches one time. Anybody knows if that's true or not?
I do not know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I had seen Foxy Roxy at another show. I think I saw her in Wentworth a few times. Does that sound right, Rick? That she would have worked in Wentworth?
Yeah, that's where her big home place was.
I don't know anything. I don't remember specifics about her abilities, so I can't really. So I'm gonna have to learn from this one what her abilities were like. So she looks like she's wearing the Spider-Woman outfit from the cartoon from the 70s. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, it was Fright Night, so it could have been.
It could have been, yeah. Yes.
Oh, do not. Yeah, she challenged Jody Osborne to fight her. Drop kick.
I remember I really liked wrestling in the Mount Airy Armory. I know we were talking about the Ghost Riders, and I remember when the debut of Chris Wyndham joining the Ghost Riders, and they wrestled me and Rick for the tag belts. And I remember the ending of that match. The crowd was so loud. I was trying to yell something out and I couldn't yell loud enough. Like I couldn't hear my own voice. The crowd was so loud. I couldn't hear myself. And at first I was getting frustrated and I was like, wait a minute. No, this is great. This is a good thing, Brian. That the crowd is so loud you can't hear yourself.
Yeah.
Just because you want to get your little quip out, it doesn't. You don't need it. They're already hyped.
Well, and we had got our crowds had got so good at the Mount Airy Armory that the one of the sergeants from the Armory built wooden bleachers on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them over there in front of the big roll-up door.
Yeah.
And we would roll them out and keep them in the classroom. We'd roll them out during the shows. Because it was getting where so many people coming up there to see us. I miss the Armory. I do. I love the park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there's just something about the Armory. I mean, that's where we'd always, we'd done so much there. I always like to say that I had actually cleaned that Armory more than any soldier that ever had that.
I bet you that's true.
Yeah.
I remember when we came back in 2014, when we walked into that show, we were actually late because we had a real bad waitress at the it wasn't Buffalo Wild Wings, it was the other wing place, the green one, Wingstop there in Mount Airy.
East Coast.
East Coast Wings, whatever they took forever to bring our fucking food. So we only got there like a second match into it. So everybody was already in the building. And when I walked in the door, I was just like, God almighty, look at all these people. What the fuck? And I think part of it was on the highway. So you could put the sign up a week or two in advance, and people were going back and forth past it every day and just like shampoo, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's wrestling there next Saturday. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, I remember it being so crowded that they would park all the way up to the highway patrol station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I got in the habit of in locker rooms, I wouldn't even sit in a chair. I would just sit on the floor, because in the armory they would come in the back and they'd be like, guys, you got to give up your chairs. We got more people coming in.
Yeah.
We used to make jokes about the fact we was gonna have to get a shuttle service to run down to the end of the road and get them a break.
But yeah, I was like, I'm not even going to sit in a chair because I know it's going to get taken away. So I'm just going to sit on the floor.
Yeah, talk about having a good problem to have,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll gladly give up my chair for a fan.
And we're silent.
Well, watching the action.
I was wanting to watch.
I had a cracker stuck in my throat.
So this is not a mixed tag match, evidently. This is an intergender because they're just letting everybody.
Well,
fight.
it's a mixed tag the way we done it.
Yeah, which was always intergender. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like those because, like, especially if you have, like, it wouldn't make sense if you put what's the little bitty girl from AIWF
Riho.
Yeah, she's teeny tiny. Like, it's almost to the fact that she's so teeny tiny, it doesn't even look like she should wrestle women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's that tiny.
She's too small for other women wrestling.
Like, maybe, yeah. So, but yeah, and I think if you have, and I've said this in the past, if you have a woman who is equal to the size of the man she's wrestling, then it works.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have like two teeny tiny women in there against Jody Osborne and what did you call him? Sean Cruz?
Virginia Sean
Cruz. So it makes sense,
Well, and also in that same aspect, that's where the Nyla Rose thing comes in. Nyla Rose is so massive that I wonder if she should even be wrestling women at all.
Well, yeah.
But then also you have like women like
Awesome
Kong and Queen Kong
and Nia Jax.
Right. So I mean they're
Nia Jax shouldn't be anywhere near wrestling ring.
No, I agree.
No,
she shouldn't.
That's a whole other
Jinky heard Jim Cornette refer to Nia Jax as Refrigerator Jax a few weeks ago. And
I hate Jim Cornette, but goddamn, that's funny.
That's what Jinky calls Nia Jax, and she fucking hates her guts.
She is terrible.
They're not going to realize how bad she is until she injures somebody permanently.
Right.
But you think, like, okay, this I'm going to be a woman. Y'all can't say this, but I can. Being a larger lady, you find gear that goes and makes you look nice-ish. Like, Nia Jax's outfit is terrible. She does not have the body for that outfit. And y'all come at me with hate, but as a woman, I'm gonna say you should dress yourself better.
Well, it's just like a man. I mean, just any professional wrestler, you wear an outfit that complements your body. I mean, there are guys who who should probably should be wearing different outfits as well.
I remember, this is off the stuff. They used to have the Twin City Rib Fest here in Winston, and they would always have wrestling. And it was a tag team working there, and I don't remember who it was. And I also don't want to say because I think they might have been on our show, AIWF show, a couple of times. And their guts hung over their stuff, their gear and shorts so bad that I was embarrassed for them.
Yeah. Reagan said their tag team, they should have been called We Need Singlets.
Oh my God. It was,
Fellas, just wear a singlet. It's like, and I won't say who they gave the advice to, but Tully Blanchard told a guy one time he was just wearing regular tights and his belly hung over them, and he was like, "Man, get a singlet. Nobody wants to see that."
Yeah.
okay.
They make wrestling gear for all sizes.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
This
it's
is
like
a good match. This is, I
Mhm.
don't know this Sean Cruz guy at all. Like, I don't remember him. But this was while we were in hiatus, right? 2013.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Sean Cruz actually he was one of the upper level indie guys in the Virginia, West Virginia area.
Yeah, I can tell because he's
And
Yeah,
don't feel sorry for
I'm very
Jenny
impressed.
Janetti. She was responsible for a lot of skullduggery in the AIWF back in this day. Remember when they tarred and feathered, I think it was Lewis Moore?
Roxy Roxy.
Oh, they got her.
Roxy Roxy got
Oh,
tarred
that
and
looked
feathered
good.
one time too.
1, 2, 3.
That
So
looked really good. That ending.
that was a pretty good match.
That's a
Mhm,
good,
yeah.
and it was a good length. Sometimes wrestling matches go on. I'm not saying ours. I'm just saying sometimes you're watching a
I'll
match.
say ours.
You're like,
Yeah,
huh?
I will.
I wasn't going to because I'm just an employee.
I can say it. Yeah. Some of them go way too long.
Oh, look at Kevin's hair.
Yeah, that's the way his hair used to look.
I remember this. I do remember this this commercial
God, I love this. This is the greatest commercial we ever
Mhm.
made.
because it's we probably can't play it, but it's the Andy Griffith music.
Yeah,
right?
it's the opening from the Andy. It was based on the opening of the Andy Griffith show to an extent, and then it
Mhm.
turns into, I want a King's hot dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Kevin looks like a baby.
Don't he though?
Probably is a baby there.
Oh, that makes me want a hot dog.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably the best commercial we've ever made over the years.
They showed this commercial down at King's Hot Dogs like all the time on that little TV they got there in the corner.
Did you know that Rock 92 used to put on some kind of show or like competition with big old guys? Do you remember what that was called?
I do not know what that was
But-
called. I know what you're talking about though.
They would do it, and then Rob
The
McBride
Bubba
would-
Olympics.
huh? Yes,
Yes.
the
Bubba
Bubba
Olympics.
Bubba Olympics.
Like, he was they always talked about Rob McBride on the two guys named Chris about him being in that, or like mentioning him as being one of the people in it. So who is that?
That's me.
I know
What?
it's you. Who's the worker? Who's the wrestler?
Kyle Styles.
Yeah,
Who?
you can't hear
Miles
anything.
Styles.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. It was like that was camera was
And we're
spying
back.
on him.
What a match.
There's Scott Island along with Justin Flash.
Okay, I'm gonna say as a person who puts the show on, I don't like this background
No, that was when we was toying
green
around with the
screen
green
thing.
screen.
Kyle Styles.
Every
And-
once in a while, Scott Island is see through.
Yeah, and that and the fact that it looks weird when they move around.
Mhm, yeah.
So, yeah, we've done this for a few shows, and then it's like, no.
I do like it.
Goofy suit.
Joseph Flash looks like a youngin too.
Mhm.
I think he looks exactly the same as he does now. He's got he's like me. He's had the same haircut for 30 years.
I think it's a little taller now. But yeah.
Proudly and strongly.
This is
we-
10 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
hard
well,
to
no,
believe.
actually, yeah,
Chanting justice.
2013. Well, actually, yeah, it's almost 11 years ago.
yeah.
And he's got the belt again.
That sense, that ghost that's going to be in that ring. You're not going to know what hits you when my foot comes across your head, and either you fall victim to the flash effect.
Yeah, it's like
or something out of the air.
I remember before Justin Flash came back to
Justin Flash will
Jack
still be your
asking me about
AIWF
who is this
Mid
Justin
Atlantic
Flash guy, and I was like, oh Lord, he's going to give you a lot of problems if y'all end up pitted against each other.
Everything fabulous.
That's Victor Andrews. That's Victor Andrews early in his career.
Huh.
Who's Victor Andrews? That guy. Besides that guy.
Well, Victor Andrews, he's big on the eastern side of North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
He does a
I
lot of
think I've
stuff down
seen,
there.
like,
He don't
his
come up
picture
this way a
pop-
whole lot.
I think I've seen his picture pop up some. Natural born player, Miss
Lady Marion.
Lady Marion.
And there's Frankie Fontaine. Frankie, what happened to his promotion? Did they stop running shows?
Well,
'Cause
I've just heard rumors. So this is a rumor. All right. I cannot confirm any of this, but I heard he sold it to somebody and they run it in the ground.
No.
Oh,
That it's a rumor. It may still be running. I don't know. I know that as soon as Frankie stepped away, it done a nosedive.
he had a good arrangement down there at the fair.
Looks like his hair in the middle right there.
Where was his promotion at?
New Bern.
Yeah.
He had a building similar like to Veterans Park, only it was like twice as long that he ran at the fairgrounds. And then during the pandemic, he kept running shows. What he did was they had a stage or something outside, like for outdoor concerts. So he set the ring up on the stage, and we just and you could pull your car in to just pull in front of around the ring and watch a wrestling show.
Oh, like
And-
a drive-in.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
was
cool.
I think
It was. I went to one of them. It was cool. We had a blast.
he was either the first or one of the first that did that during the pandemic. He was either the
That's
first
a yeah. That's
only
a really,
one.
I
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
hearing about shows doing like that. This is gonna date me. Do you remember when Myrtle Beach had that drive-in church? Do either of y'all remember?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. I don't.
So it would be like that drive-in church, but drive-in wrestling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that is one thing that I really enjoyed about the pandemic. And all the places that ran Marketplace Cinema here in Winston, they painted the side of their building white and showed drive-in movies.
Well, they had to. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but it was
Yeah.
great. I was like, oh, I wish they still did that. It was so much fun. It was fun.
Well,
I love seeing Kevin work.
you can
Like,
still drive up to Eden, right? The Eden Drive-In still
That's-
Yeah, I actually
that's-
seen an article on a Facebook page the other day.
Yeah,
about it.
that's like
That's
almost
good.
2 hours from where we live.
Oh, the great thing about the Eden Drive-In, I think the one reason that thing has stayed in business as
Ugh.
long as it has is because of their concessions. They have like not just popcorn, drinks, and candy. I mean, they have a full grill in there and like a complete menu. I mean,
Mount
ice
Airy
cream.
used to. Didn't Mount Airy have food too?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they had you get hot dogs. I can't remember hamburgers, popcorn, pizza, nachos.
Yeah.
No, I've always
Seemed
wanted
like
to
they might
go.
have had hamburger. I can't remember.
Well, that and I think even Eden Drive-In does a really good job of like how, because they usually show double features.
Yeah.
But like if we went to a double feature there, we would not get home till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, I've been to triple features there, and they like rolling back into the house as the sun's coming up the next morning.
Oh me.
Well,
Man,
I remember when the Mount Airy Drive-In had the pine trees out front, and they'd show porn movies after midnight, and you could ride by and see them through the trees.
oh my God, that is fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I remember going in and to the concession stand and seeing ads for the porno movies. They still had them tacked up
Can
on the wall.
Can you
You'd be
imagine?
going up 52 and look over to this big old schlong,
Oh my God, I missed that.
trees.
I came into Mount Airy too late. Oh man.
The X-rated drive-through wasn't a rare thing. I remember going up into Ohio when I was a kid in the 80s when my aunt and uncle lived in Toledo, and you'd be going up some of those country roads in between towns and you'd see X-rated. I remember seeing like 3 of them between Columbus and Toledo, which that's about a 3-hour drive. But still, it was like, wow, there really is a market for this.
Oh, there used to be one in Winston off 5th Street called the Flamingo before they tore it down. That's all they showed there.
Huh.
was it.
Didn't you tell me one time you could see the screen from 40 or some road? if
Well,
you were
no,
driving?
what it was is they had I can't remember if you see the screen from 40, but I remember the kids in the neighborhood used to come in and set up on the bank under the trees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have no fence or nothing around it. The kids from the neighborhood just come up there and sit under the trees and watch porn movies.
God bless America.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
wonder why they tore it down.
Because there was a neighborhood, right there behind it, all them apartments and all that stuff around 5th Street. And I had to just walk
that
down
looked
there,
good.
just walk up there under the trees. You didn't have to pay or nothing. Just sit there under the trees, watch porn. and I remember seeing all these kids sitting up around the bank. And I was like, I could have just done that.
Well, back to the match in hand. We way got off the
Way off topic, but that's
Well,
all right.
you
It's
get on
kinda-
drive-ins and then you get to drive-in porn movies.
Well, I mean, just to think, it started with Frankie Fontaine running the drive-in
yes,
show.
and
Exactly,
it was a
right.
natural progression. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we went down there because we wanted to cover for this show the World Tag Team title match and that they were having on that card for the AIWF World Tag Team titles at the time. And Jinky and I discovered what an awesome place for a short vacation New Bern is, because it's only about an hour's drive from like Cape Lookout. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's and the Neuse River empties into the sea there. And so, like, if you're a fisherman and you like to do brackish water fishing, and for those of you in Rio Linda, brackish water is salt and fresh water combined. That's his place to go, because that is just Lord. And if you stay at that Hampton Inn right on the river, and get your room facing the river, you can't see anything at night because it's just black. But when the sun comes up in the morning, you will have the most beautiful view of the river you've ever seen, and all the ducks and geese and various waterfowl running around. It's a beautiful place.
And if you're a witch, Gavin and your Ron Frost had a Church of Wicca there for a while.
Yeah, that's like New Bern is the Salem of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a long history of I believe New Bern might have had its own witch trials also.
Mm.
Well, Gavin and Yvonne Frost was out of Charleston, West Virginia, but they had a church in New Bern.
Wow. And yeah, and let's see. Also, it was the British guy that Palace is down there. Tryon, Governor Tryon, when we were still under British rule.
Oh,
Has got Tryon Palaces down there. You can take tours through that, and they still have a lot of the original artwork and books and stuff that were in there, before there was even a United States. So New Bern served as the capital of North Carolina when it first was colonized. And it was what is currently North Carolina and Tennessee were all originally the North Carolina colony. So they figured out pretty quick they were going to have to centralize the capital a little bit better to cover that much territory. And Governor Tryon didn't stay down there too long because he hated the weather. It was too hot for him. I mean, here's a guy that grew up as a lord in England and was used to cold and rainy, and put him in a subtropical climate, in the early 1700s. I'm sure he was not happy. So he ended up leaving and moving to New York, where he served out the rest of his political career. So
And all this will be on the history
AIWF
test
history
class.
lessons.
Yeah, there will be a test.
It will be on the test.
Mhm.
I didn't know
All I
about
know is witches.
So, and another fun fact about
Oh, that looked good.
yes, it did. Beautiful DDT.
This
Another-
is
Go
an
ahead.
excellent match. Does what is his name? I keep wanting to call him MVP, and that's not right.
Natural born player.
Natural born player. Is he still? He's. I'd forgotten how good he was.
It's
Mhm.
NPB.
MPB.
Yeah, he was a very good wrestler. I saw his son wrestle once, and that dude was fast. He had
Hey,
WWE
Sam. ASAP was really good. Player was a very good technical wrestler. Player started out in Reagan's favorite promotion, and then come over to us where he learned.
Yeah, I thought I remember that was where he's from, because I figured that's where his valet came from also.
Yeah.
Correct,
Reagan's
yes.
favorite
Yes.
promotion.
Oh, I'll just say it. YWA.
Oh,
Elvin
yeah.
Spears.
Boy,
Elvin
yeah, they're
Spears.
legendary for running bad shows.
Yeah.
I probably have told this story before, that me, Brian, and Brad tried to go to a show, and it just was not there. There was no cancellation, no nothing. We drove all the way to Elkin from Winston-Salem. Nothing. But we went to the lights and it was fun. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I enjoyed.
So they just didn't have the show. They didn't bother to tell anybody they were
No, they didn't
canceling?
bother to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was at the Armory, was it? It was was it an outdoor show? No, it couldn't be because that's November and December.
No, yeah, I think it was supposed to have been at the Armory because there was another event there. I think there was a dance happening that night.
That's a funny thing. Remember how that would always happen in Elkin? Elkin always rented out to like the Hispanic population.
Yes, for their big parties.
For dances and parties. And I remember being in Elkin and being outside, and then people would come up and they'd be like, and they'd say, "Is this the dance?" And we're like, "No, this is wrestling." And like, "Oh, okay." And then, yeah, but every time we were there, it always like people would pull up and be like,
I guess it was like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
dancing and wrestling.
Yeah, it's gonna be the dance or wrestling. So
Either, hey, the good thing is in either one, usually a fight broke out.
oh my goodness.
Ours were just a little more controlled.
Mhm.
But well, and another thing too, there wasn't a whole lot of net access back then. So if you didn't have word of mouth telling you something got canceled, you're screwed.
yeah.
Oh, it was internet because that's how we found out about it.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, never mind then.
Yes.
Yeah, they could have put
Well, then,
the
there's no
website that they were
excuse.
advertising the show. They could have.
Hell, it could have been MySpace or the beginnings of Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this commercial.
Yeah, they had they put a couple shows on the network on
Oh, this is the new commercials. Yes.
yeah, it's a little newer. They 2 or 3 years ago they put some shows on the Roku channel. They're still on there, I think. They got pretty good editing and production value, it looks like.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
do.
yeah, they do.
Mississippi's longest running weekly show.
Well, that explains why there's no black people on the card.
Jessica Wetmore.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a name.
Let me tell you something. If I'm not mistaken, let me go double check my information before I say this. Okay, so
You actually,
I want to make
Oh, is
sure I
that
got my
Darren?
information right.
Yeah.
That's Darren. Is the referee.
mm-hmm. So young. All right, clap, clap, clap. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's
Jessica-
see what their lockup looks like.
Jessica
That's
Wetmore.
not bad.
She had the same last name as Percy and on the Green Mile, Wetmore.
Anyway, what was you? Did you check? What were you wanting to tell about this, Rick?
I am.
In the
Well,
process.
give me
Oh, you're in the
just a second.
process.
Yes. Okay. Yes, this match. I think it's this. No, it wasn't this match. It was from the anniversary show. I think these same two girls worked each other.
Oh, interesting.
And it's on because I know Jessica Wetmore was in it, but I can't remember if the other girl is the same girl. No, I don't think it is the same girl. But anyway, Jessica Wetmore is in a consistently top-rated match from on the AIWF Network, and it right now it is sitting at 89,000 views.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I can't remember who she's working on that show, but she is in it. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out now who she wrestled in that match. Oh, Maya Madrid.
Madrid. I probably remember if I saw a picture.
She is one of Rudy Gonzalez's girls out of Texas.
Oh,
Yes. So Jessica Wetmore is, I mean, and it's this match, and it was from the 20th anniversary show. So 13 years ago. And it's still one of the top viewed on almost a weekly basis. It's still in our top 10 of most viewed in our cycles.
wow. That's
So
incredible.
This match is it's very solid technical matchup.
Yes, not bad. Not bad at all.
Mm.
Look at that. Boy.
Oh, what a stretch.
Yeah, she's got it twisted up pretty good there.
Does she still wrestle?
I'm not sure.
Now, did
Of course.
these
As a matter of fact, in the last 28 days, this match has had 337 views, and it's sitting at our number one viewed content in the last 28 days.
wow. Very
Just
cool.
it's one view ahead of Mid Atlantic 451, which is coming in at 336, and Mid Atlantic 452 coming in at 335.
Very cool.
Speaking
Speaking of YouTube accomplishments, the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel went over 1,100 subscribers this week. So thank you, fans. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yay.
So I don't know if it's her or her name.
Maybe a combination.
But one of those two is a draw on YouTube.
Oh, that
buddy.
looked good. That was a great pinning combination. That looked great.
That was almost a Kiwi roll right there.
The only thing is that girl needs better gear.
Yeah, that was a Kiwi roll. She only hit it once. Let's see if she's going to bring her back.
Two.
Who used to use that as a finisher, Brian? You're a historian. Abe Jacobs, that's right.
God, where did I come from with that so quick?
I don't know. Because we were talking about Abe when he passed away a couple of months ago.
This match, that Wetmore girl was good. What did they say? What was the girl in Blue's name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
And yet again, I'm a plus size girl.
Oh,
That doesn't. That was.
That did not look good at all.
This is what I did. Just me personally, because I didn't wear spandex or anything because I wore jeans and a t-shirt, but I always had on like a black bathing suit under it to keep all the keep all the softness in. And and this girl keeps having to pull down her shirt and pull up her pants. So, but she's a really good wrestler, and I'm objectifying her, but at least it's me and not y'all.
But no,
but this is supposed to be a business where you can take criticism.
I mean, it's
supposed
showbiz.
to be, or it used to be.
It's showbiz, and there's people that make their living by criticizing movies.
And that girl, she's not tiny, but she doesn't look like her gear looks good. Like she looks good in it.
Now, I do remember the Jessica Wetmore girl. She was very vocal in the ring, and it got the crowd.
Oh, she's a screamer.
The crowd involved.
She's a screamer. Let's listen to
Nicole Starr here looks like she's coming back here. She's got her second win. Taking it from corner to corner.
Nicole really showing off for these fans here.
Man, did you hear that? Nicole going for a cover.
Only a 2 there.
Yes.
You got to respect the going for the cover after the snapmare.
Oh,
yes, sir.
yeah.
Who's the female doing commentary in this?
Scott Island and James Anthony, it sounded like.
Oh, I thought I heard a woman.
That's James Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are James Anthony?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Because I was like, it's a woman, but it's not Vera. So
James Anthony, I saw on social media is stepping away from wrestling for a little while. So hate to see that, but I understand why he's doing it. And yeah, sometimes there's things in life more important than wrestling, James. So I wish you the best.
It is. There he is.
Yeah, we know all about that.
Yeah. And
not me.
That didn't look too great. Am I supposed to say when things didn't look great, or should
It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
because
I'm sorry, but if you can't take some criticism, and I see somebody say this not too long ago, if you get in this business, you have to be able to take criticism, because not every fan is going to sit out there and scream, "Oh, you're awesome."
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't have the thick enough skin to take heat from the fans and criticism from your constructive criticism, corruptive criticism from your peers, then you don't need to be in this business.
Right.
Yeah.
I know there were some people would say, God, oh my God, they would say some terrible things to me. Terrible. And I just, but then
back in
after
the
the
day,
show,
we
they'd
went
come
through
up
it,
to
man.
me and talk about how they enjoyed what I was doing. But yeah, you got to have a thick skin,
Right.
especially as a woman. You really do have to. I mean, men too, but women in this business, you got to be able to take it.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get the.
Looks like she got
Is
30.
that what was? Okay, what was that? It?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica
Why?
missed the
because
thing
of
off the
miss.
ropes.
No, I'm just saying it just looked strange.
What?
It looks.
Jessica missed the leg drop off the second rope, and that led into the pin.
I know. I'm talking about the pin itself.
Oh.
Like
Y'all
the
want to listen to
pin.
TR? Let's listen to
Yeah.
TR.
Superstar. When you come to Fright Night, you're going to see pirates and clowns, vampires, but what they're also going to see is a heartless horseman. Drake Tungsten, I've left you laying more times than I care to count. What makes you think Fright Night's going to be any different? Now, I didn't sign up for no stinking Russian chain match. This was supposed to be, well, it's supposed to be a hangman's noose match. It's not a whole lot better, but I didn't sign up for no stinking Russian chain match. When Ivan brought those things in from Russia, everybody ran from them. Everybody, no wonder. You see this head right here? I've had more stitches in this head than you can weave an Indian blanket with. Now, Drake Tungsten, listen. Here's what's going to happen. I'm sick and tired of having to deal with you. I'm trying to do an interview. Stay here.
Oh my God! Look at that phone.
I know. Now
I
that
was like,
is
why does he
dated.
have a remote control?
Oh my Lord! That phone is insane.
Hard to believe that's just 10 years ago.
I know.
Apt to be.
Oh my Lord!
Holly Dangerously would be proud of that.
Mhm.
So,
It was a razor. It was a little thin razor, wasn't it?
yeah, I'm telling you, it'll work.
Looked like that Razor smartphone they had that it was like the last of the clamshells, but it was
Mhm.
like super big. Because I remember back here, like the Samsung Galaxy Edge was big. The iPhone had been around for 5 years already
Are we-
because it came out in 08.
Are we just gonna ignore what's going on with
This
Rick Diesel and that hair and shirt?
yeah, this is
Fight night.
yeah, that's a weird commercial that had
Yeah, let's just ignore it.
well, I'll never forget that wig was from my Halloween costume, which when I showed up was promptly taken by Kevin Phoenix. Now, I'm not ever going to forget that, you bastard. And that was my Halloween costume. And you said, "Can you borrow it for a little while?" And then you put it on your sweaty ass head. And I sure as hell won't gonna wear it after that. I won't even put a hat on if it's been on somebody else's head anymore.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite gimmicks of Robbie Evil's.
Yeah.
I really thought this was good. I thought he did a really good job with it. Chuck played well off of it. It was entertaining.
Yes.
Y'all want to listen?
Sure.
Yes.
I told you from the start of this that I didn't trust him. I still don't trust him now. You sit here and keep telling me, I trust him, I trust him, I trust him. You ain't, you're, hey, hey, you better get in reality here. Reality, brother. This is reality, but I'm going to tell you right now, you lose those, you make us lose those, or if I make us lose those, we're in trouble. That means he's won. He won. No,
I'm a winner.
Okay, you may be a winner. Get real.
Kelly.
Listen, Duck Dynasty's gone, pal. This ain't Dynasty today. Okay? This is here. You're either on the same page with me or you're not. I don't trust him.
You know we've always been on the same page.
No, you've been a page ahead of me, pal. I think. I don't know.
Well, our World Tag Team Champions have quite the challenge ahead of them today, so we'll have to see what happens next.
Hey, good luck tonight, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Hey,
again.
thank you. See, he knows he's a good guy. We're winners. He knows winners.
Hawks, I'm going to tell you right now. You mess with us tonight, I'm coming after you. I don't trust you. I don't care about this good luck crap. It's over with. He may like you, I don't.
You really mean good luck, don't you? Yeah, good luck to you.
Give him a big hug. Make sure you get all the hugging you get.
Yeah, winners.
Yeah. You're a winner, all right? Yeah.
Good luck, guys. Winners.
I told Chuck King one time I thought he looked like Kevin Nash.
I don't know if he understands what a compliment that is.
Yeah, I don't think he knew either.
She is with Kevin Nash.
Chuck King got real mad at me one night. It was the night that Jeff Gordon broke Dale Earnhardt's winning, passed him in the all-time wins list. And I put something on Facebook like, Jeff Gordon passes Earnhardt. Hey, Earnhardt fans, put that in your pipe and smoke. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I was just trying to, I was just trolling. I was being an asshole, and it really made him mad. He like sent me a personal message like, "What the fuck you talking about? You motherfucker." I was like, "Just take it easy, man."
It's a sports thing. That's what you do. You talk trash.
Yeah, just doing a little trash talking. He was like, "Oh, you just jerking around." He was like, "You're not serious?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I was glad that Gordon won it though, because it, I don't know if you guys remember how obnoxious Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans were." And
yes, that was when I liked racing and was back then.
Yeah, and so I just, I always like his dad. His dad's fans were bad, but at least his dad
were terrible.
Yeah, at least his dad won a bunch of races and championships. Junior didn't win. He won several races, but he never won any championships. It's like, why are you guys bragging? Why are you so obnoxious? The guy's not even that good. Boy, look at TR. He's having trouble with Drake Tungsten.
Is this matching Drake's book? Rick, you're the one that has his book.
I don't know. I really ain't got time to thumb through it, but I'll plug it.
We got talking about racing and Rick Diesel tuned out.
Did I ever tell you why I quit liking I think I told this story already. That I had a NASCAR shirt on. I was going to Appalachian. That's where I went first for college. And I had on a NASCAR shirt. And like on the back of it, there were like, not rules, but like the rules about like wrecking people and hitting people. And this college professor says to me, he's like, he made fun. He's like, how can it be a sport if all you do is turn left? And it shamed me. And that's when I quit watching racing.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
It was, and I loved it. I was a girl in '95, so of course I liked Jeff Gordon. But I even had a a Hobbs pissing on a 3, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wait a minute, was that Hobbs or was that Calvin? Yeah, I thought Hobbs was the tiger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
and I would mix it up a little bit. Have Hobbs instead of Calvin.
They can't have a NASCAR track in New Jersey because New Jersey, there's a lot of parts of New Jersey you can't turn left on.
Yeah. Oh my God! Never mind. That's too much of a shoot thing. Never mind.
I used to hate that when I went up there to work. You'd be going down these roads. You cannot turn left. You have to go down and get off a ramp, cross the bridge, and come back.
Well,
they don't allow left turns in parts of New Jersey, and you can't pump your own gas.
Yeah, I knew about that. You can't pump your own gas in New Jersey. Well, that's just to make sure people have jobs, I guess.
Oh, the best thing is when you get off one of those little side roads, and you come up on these little bitty tiny gas stations with like 2 pumps, and there's some dude sitting there in a chair, waiting to pump your gas.
Hey, that's how my grandpa made his money back in the day.
Yeah, I remember when full service was a thing around here, but
yeah.
Hey, I miss it. I wish they'd bring it back.
I have a full service right here, sitting right beside of me. I got my full service.
Mm-hmm.
That also can sound like a double entendre, but I just mean like for real.
Yeah.
Pump my gas, make my pretzels.
Hey, I didn't ask him. I'm injured.
Yeah, she's normally the chocolate dip pretzel maker, but
yeah,
since she's on the injured list, I've stepped in.
Speaking of that injury,
honestly, at the start of the show, I did ask if the injury and your absence were, kind of coincided with each other.
Brian went back into Brian Danzig mode and DDT'd me onto the floor.
Yeah. He just lost it like your name was Rose Tyson or
oh my God,
Tim Stone. Tim Stone was the best.
Oh yeah, poor Tim.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, you messed with a wrestler in the zone and shout at him like that. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought me and Juliana were gonna come to blows.
Yeah.
We were about to go at it, and Pretty Boy Lane was like, "Okay, I'll take care of it," and like try
There's
to
that phone again.
Yeah, he got a call during the middle of the match. Why would somebody hand him a cell phone in the middle of a wrestling match, especially a Russian chain match? He's already busted wide open.
Because
It's a very important phone call.
Because it was a very important call, and he said, "Do not let don't."
Well, because I see that in the
not
WWE.
saying that what was it complaining about if you put your hands in the pocket shouldn't somebody come and hit you? Is that what we said earlier? So wouldn't answering a phone call have the same, like you should just go after him and hit him?
The only defense I have for that was he did beat him down with a chain before he answered it.
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
But,
you're right.
you know, because I see that in the UFC all the time. You know, they'll somebody will get a phone call right in the middle of the fight. You know, Conor McGregor's last fight, he got two right in the middle of the fight. So,
oh my God! Speaking of Conor McGregor, somebody's dogging him because he bought somebody a Rolex watch, and the people are saying it's the cheapest Rolex watch you can buy. And I'm like, how much you think the cheapest Rolex is?
Yeah,
about 10 grand, I think.
I know. That's what I like Conor McGregor. I think he's an awful human being, but like when he was at his best, like he was just so entertaining to watch.
Well, he knows being
he was a classic heel,
and he played that part really well.
But then he started believing in his own gimmick,
hype.
and stuff, and then started punching people in parking lots and stuff.
Well, he threw a chair through a bus window.
Old men for saying that his whiskey sucked.
Oh Lord, I didn't know he did that. I'm not sure, but one of those guys in the front row, I think the guy, I don't know, I can't tell if it's him or not. I don't think it is. There was an old Vietnam, I don't want to say old, but there was a Vietnam veteran that would come in 2014, 2015 when Ooga Booga was with us. And he would tell me stories from Vietnam, and some of which I cannot, no, all of them I can't tell on the air here. But if you ever want to hear some wild Vietnam War stories and post-Vietnam War stories, I can tell him. He gave me quite a few, and he loved Ooga Booga. He thought Ooga Booga was the greatest thing since sliced bread, because he would come out there and and speaking gibberish, and Ooga Booga always we introduced him weighing in at 54,321 wababas. And he used to think that was the funniest thing. And he was like, "What is a wababa?" And I was like, "Hell, I don't know. Some kind of unit of measurement." You know.
I miss the signs people used to bring. I wish they'd start that back again.
All right.
Yeah.
As long as they don't hold them up long enough for people behind them can't see.
Yeah.
I still like the signs.
We've had some signs at Veterans Park. I mean, there was somebody who even had lights in their sign.
I remember that. That was for the Fighters Club.
If you come to a show and have a sign, I will make sure to get the cameraman on you.
Yeah. Just don't impede others' views.
Right. Yeah, you can hold the sign up. You can hold it at your chest, and we can see it just fine.
Yeah.
We may be able to see it better that way.
See how far along we are into this.
Yeah,
about an hour to go.
This has been a good chain match. They've some people just don't know how to do it.
Oh, that backfired. Oh, they got made it.
Yeah.
Well,
I cannot express to you how much I miss TR.
Oh, I can. I miss that motherfucker every time we run a show. He was part of the reason I came back, in 2014, because of him and Kevin Phoenix. It's like, man, I want to work some shows with those guys. God, man, they're good.
Yeah, I mean, he's just just one of those stereotypical, in a good way. It's not stereotypical, prototype of of just
Very professional.
a classic wrestling heel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and just somebody who does it and does it well. So yeah,
And he didn't retire because he wanted to. He had an injury.
He had a
forced
pretty
him.
bad injury.
Yep. And so, but anytime he shows up, man, I want to introduce him to the crowd because I love hearing that music play and doing his intro. Because I kind of do it like Tony Chimmel did with Edge. Remember how he used to do the rated R superstar? That's kind of the way I do TR's intro, and he always liked that.
Pulling my right in the balls. Selling that fake injury of the balls, not.
Is the match over? Is it the TR win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he went through the legs.
Now he's gonna beat him up after the fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey kids, this is what you call getting heat.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate we missed him too. I watch videos of him and he is fun to watch and fun to listen to. And yeah, I hate that we missed that, but we were raising children.
Well, he got a brilliant mind for the wrestling business, got a brilliant wife. His wife is a big shot at Food City out in Tennessee.
There's still food cities in Tennessee.
God, yeah, they're everywhere.
There's one in Galax, Virginia.
Isn't that what Food Line used to be?
No.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know there was a Food City in Galax.
There's a Food City in Galax, Virginia. Because I
look,
go over and get some
Boogie.
stuff whenever we got the food truck up there. And that thing is amazing. Honestly, I'm a big Food Line fan, so I'm glad Food City stays up there because if they ever come down here, Food Line's my problem. They got a deli in there. It's almost like a little restaurant. Got tables set up in there. They got a Starbucks inside of it.
Wow,
It's
that
one
sounds
of the
like
nicest
that looked good.
grocery stores I've ever seen.
I've always
Not
wondered, was this
realistic,
the-
but not realistic. Even though somebody keeps talking about how everything has to be realistic, that was
It's a commercial.
Is it a
It's
commercial?
it's a King's hot dog commercial.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
but I was thinking about this week, and
I missed that while I was getting my chocolate pretzel.
The ending of it, so what it is Jimmy Valiant takes he's getting bullied, so he takes a bite of the king dog and it turns him into Rob McBride. And at the end of it, it says, you too can be, with a king dog, you too can be a super hunger fighter.
Yeah,
that's good.
But
See, I admit when I did something stupid and wrong.
could I let me jump
The
in
movement.
here. I was thinking about this week. Does that King's hot dogs commercial though kind of give the wrong impression? Like if you take one bite of this hot dog, you will instantly gain 300 pounds.
You are in shape and you're skinny. You take one bite, you become a big old fat ass.
Yeah, there's one bite,
but you get a lot of strength.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
Yeah, you could beat up 3 people. This
So I
guy
don't
did.
know any of these people, so y'all are gonna have to.
Ox Baker Jr. was, I don't think really Ox Baker's son, but he sure had
Is
the
he
look.
the guy with the horns? I assume because they
and the shirt that says
like
Ox Baker Jr. on it. Yeah, that's him.
Well,
Have you ever
bless
seen?
his heart, he did have to quit using the name after a threatened lawsuit by a guy who actually had the rights to say Ox Baker Jr.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Ox Baker on The Price Is Right?
Yes, that is great. He
It
got,
is
he got all the way to.
fantastic. Except I don't know. I had only ever seen the picture, and then Chains put up the video this past week, and I had never seen the actual video. But I want to see more because I want to see if he won, and I want to see him spin the wheel.
Yes, I was going to say the whole full video is on YouTube. You just have to find it. But he won his way on stage. I can't remember if he won or lost his pricing game, but he got to the big wheel. But that's where it ended for him. He didn't win.
I still want to see that big old guy spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it spun for about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes.
Got his mustache
We'll
hung
take
in it,
commercial
drug him up
break.
under it, killed him.
Well, he actually died in the ring, didn't he? Ox Baker.
I don't remember.
I don't either. I just remember AWA. Somebody would keep. Who was this? Where is Ox Baker?
It was some Russian guy.
Oh, the Zukov?
No, it wasn't Zukov. It was just some like new guy who didn't amount to anything. But Ox Baker was his, I think was his manager. but then he left and he just came out screaming, "Where's Ox Baker?"
Where's Ox Baker? And that's as good as the Russian accents was. Like, I'm not even being funny. That's what it sounded like.
But in the 80s, that's all you had to do to be a Russian was shave your head and talk like this. And say,
I don't know how how either one of them spoke like normally, like how it didn't kill their vocal cords.
Yeah, it was weird to be in the back and listen to Ivan talk, and just to see him talking in his regular voice after growing up and hearing his gravelly voice. Because when he walked in the dressing room and was like, "Hey, is that where the good guys are?" And I was like, "Yeah, supposedly."
Yeah, he was such a nice man, Ivan Koloff.
Yeah, he was very nice and down to earth. Like I've said, most of the time, the actual legends were very down to earth and just one of the guys. It was the guys who who made it to the big show but didn't really make it when they got there. They were the ones that had the attitude. Like,
and that may be why.
Huh?
That may be why.
Yeah, exactly.
They
They had a chip on their
because
shoulder.
They come up short of their goal.
Yeah,
just pissed them
yeah,
off.
they wanted to be treated like a big star when they went to an indie show, because they never made it as an actual big star.
We have a guy come
Right.
early.
What they don't understand is that you stayed a jobber your entire career there for a reason. There was something that you did not have.
Because you see all the time, like, you'll see old shows and you'll see, like, was it Rick Steiner? Who was it that you would see, like, the young, I don't know if it's Rick Steiner or not. And then I'd be like, Brian would be like, "Hey, do you know who that is? Jabba?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's such and such." So, I mean, it's possible to go from
Jeff Hardy was a
enhancement
jobber in
talent
WWE.
to main eventers.
Now he's a jobber in AEW.
I saw Road Warrior Animal.
That's who it was.
Yeah, in one of his first matches.
Yeah, you keep your jobber status in the major in the national promotions for a reason. It's not because they just need jobbers. They're everywhere. Even 20, 30 years ago, they were everywhere. When they used them, they were everywhere. So you did not make it out of that status for a reason. There was something that you did not have. And when those promoters looked at you, they just say, "He's not a star. He's got to make the stars. He can't be a star."
Yeah,
right.
He ain't gonna draw.
There's a reason for that.
It's like you've got the moves, you got the ability, but you're not a star.
Is that Robbie? Who is that guy in the red and black?
Robbie. Yeah,
that is Robbie. Who was the big guy that used to wrestle for us? That not Major Havoc. There was another big guy that looked like that. Do you remember him?
I know who you're talking about. He teamed with Luscious Kevin for a while.
What was
Eric?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. It's just people come and go, and you're just like, I thought that
Big Daddy Eric Edwards, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Audience looks really enthralled. Look at the crowd, boy. They are really into this. That was a nice
I miss Robbie.
Yeah,
he was so good. Now he's a quarter of the man he used to be.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. There's a lot of these guys I wish could come back and step into a different role,
into a mentor role,
right? But then, I mean, there's a lot of guys though that they just can't do it. It's they either want to be in the ring or nothing at all, and and I understand that. I mean, it's still there's that.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, there's still that part of my heart, even though I'm very happy behind the commentators table in my role and being part of the show. There's still a part of me that still wants to be in those ropes and still wants to still wants to be in there, but it's just It's just not a good idea. And I have to remind myself of that.
Yeah, my hips couldn't take it no more.
Yeah,
I
anytime.
think I said this all the time. If I took a bump, every single bone in my body would explode like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bend over to pick up a penny off the floor now, and I'm like, oh God, I can't get back up.
If I wear my book bag on one
Fuck.
shoulder, it's like I've died.
I anytime anybody from the 90s crew or early 2000s crew mentions to me I'm thinking about doing one more match, and I'd had the same reaction when Brian said it earlier the 23. Are you crazy? You know, I get it why you guys want to do it, but I'm just I guess as I've gotten older, I'm just so afraid that somebody's going to get hurt. That's why I don't really like hardcore that much, you know. And every time I see Ty come into the ring, I'm just like, oh Jesus, you know. And poor Ryan.
But you know, a lot of these guys, all they need is just a dose, you know. And if they would come in and sit with Brian behind the mic every once in a while, you know,
yeah,
sit with Brian and Bobby like Kevin does, you know what I'm saying, and get your fix.
Yeah,
I would love for.
Yes, commentate.
Sorry, I went.
Lord, I thought every bone in her body exploded.
she took a bump.
One or two might have.
Oh my God! Now I'm lightheaded. I went to turn off the sound and I didn't make it in time.
You'll get.
I think you saw me.
Yes, you're reaching.
It'll take some getting used to, Reagan, but you'll get where you'll be like quick on the trigger with that cough button.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna have to.
I gotta figure out how to get me one of them fancy microphones to use with this little camera I got here.
well,
My children got this probably at 5. Where did we even get this? This is my children's mic.
yeah.
We might have got this at 5 Below, far as I know.
Or you could go on this. There is
a
a small independent website out there where you can get cheap microphones and stuff. It's called Amazon. They used to sell just books online, but now they sell a lot of other nice
You know,
things.
it's like Rick Diesel just can't. He's just Amazon's just too much for him.
Well, it's run by nice.
It ain't like we're on first name basis with the drivers anymore.
I saw a guy.
No, it ain't that. It ain't that. I know where to get them. I just don't know how to use them with this camera.
All you do is plug it up. It's USB.
Yeah,
you just plug it into your computer.
Well, what about the mic on my camera? Will it not?
It turns it off.
Yeah, it'll turn it off.
It turns it off. So all you gotta do is plug and play, baby. Plug and play. Play.
It'll take it about.
Put it in.
Turn the camera off?
No.
They both got to be plugged in at the same time.
Yeah.
You've got 2 USBs, don't you?
I got like 6 of them on this.
Okay, then all you do is plug this up. Well, Matt's the one that knows everything about this. I'll let him.
Yeah. Or well, Rick Diesel sounds like you've got a USB extender, you know, where you plug one end.
No, I just have my computer specially built. They just put a lot of them in there. Like right now, I got this camera and like 3 external hard drives hooked up to my computer.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you've got a port for a USB, I mean, the microphone will set itself up pretty much. So it takes like 2 minutes. Reagan's not wrong there. Now, just the one throwback I've got to my mic is once I plugged my headset into the microphone and all that kind of stuff. Now my computer, even if I unplug the microphone and the headset, I can't get the sound to switch back over automatically. You know, I have to go into the settings and mess around with it. And so that's kind of a pain in the butt. But this cheap $15 headset, actually the sound is so good. If I turn it up wide open, I can hear. If I lay the headset down on the desk, I can still hear clearly. So, you know, it's not an issue really. But Ox Baker eating some ring post there.
Who are the people there? Who are the other 2 guys? Did we see?
That's the movement. I think
the movement. That's right.
They're out from out west. They Texas, Oklahoma, somewhere around in there like that.
So it was 2000. Oh man, that
nice.
Looked really good.
Yeah, that right there made the movement our new world heavyweight tag team champions right there.
And Chuck King tripped Robbie Evil. Did y'all see that before he fell into that finishing move?
Oh, I saw somebody trip. Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
look, that's Chuck.
Covering his mouth like feigning shock.
Or somebody front row farted.
Who's the young feller with the camera?
He was a trainee for a while, but I don't think he made it.
kind of the story of our life, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Well,
see, that was one thing that we did wrong. We would get the trainees in and teach them how to run the camera and then beat the shit out of them. They'd quit. So we kept losing camera guys because they couldn't handle the training.
But you want to
old school training.
This is going to be Brian Hawks right here, I believe. Let's see. This clown who's been not inconspicuously lurking around ringside. If you've been watching for the last several minutes, there's Brian Hawks. He turns actually joins with Chuck King, turns on Robbie Evil.
All right, what's Ox Baker Jr. going to do? Stand there?
He's standing with Brian and
He's standing with
Chuck.
them, or is he just standing?
I don't know.
I think he's contemplating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wrestled a very tough match.
But wasn't he Robbie's partner?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, he wasn't Robbie's partner all the time. I think he was like a fill-in for Chuck that night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Chuck was saying, "Don't trust Brian Hawks,"
and it was
the whole time Chuck was working with him.
That's back when we had those little cameras. What was it? What kind of cameras was that? I can't remember what they were, but I never forget. First show Rob McBride came to, we had those cameras. He said he thought we was filming with a cell phone. Go figure.
I know.
We do
10
now.
years later, that's exactly what we're doing.
Are those little cameras you can hook up into with a USB?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were the generation after mini DV tapes. Remember that, Rick Diesel?
Yeah.
Mini DV?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the next generation.
We
Mini-
had one that was called like a click or something. A flip or something, and it was like a
video.
Yeah, it's a little, and our children's birth is on that,
Mm-hmm.
so I won't throw it away.
Yeah, but you can't air it
Now
here
you just
either.
No, it was after they were born.
Oh! I thought you meant
No,
the
it wasn't me giving birth. God no. Oh, I miss Chuck.
We did that.
God, if I could just get he should be somebody's manager. Like, can you imagine how fantastic that would be if Chuck King came in and mentored some terrible, mean person, and how great that would be for him to be a manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chuck's got a good mouth on him.
He's another one that his absence is felt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my!
Oh, JD Anderson
look at
and
this.
Steve Niles.
GQ Niles.
Was that a
Pakistani flag?
Okay.
No, it's an Iraqi flag. Yeah.
Steve
It was
Niles, an Iraqi
it was
sympathizer.
legit. I still got that somewhere. I just don't know where it's at.
Oh, hang it up.
Who's the guy in the hood? I'm sorry.
Kid Courageous.
Who?
Kid Courageous.
I remember him.
Kid Courageous?
Yeah, KID Courageous.
That sounds.
Rick Diesel, does that Iraqi flag have holes in it that you can put it on a flagpole? Or is it solid?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen it in years. It's somewhere.
Well, we should probably just keep that packed up.
No. I've got an idea for a fun 4th of July prank on one of my neighbors if that thing's got holes in it. So
Oh,
I was gonna say, I hope you don't say a fun July 4th thing to do at Veterans Park, because I don't think that's
No, we can't do that no more.
No, I got the idea last year. I was like, my neighbor hangs out, hangs up an American flag and on most pretty days. And he's, his political affiliation and mine don't line up very much. And I'll just say this, that I thought that it would be real fun to cheese him off by buying a Union Jack and taking and replacing his American flag with a Union Jack on July 4th last year, but Jinky talked me out of it. And I was like, this is taking it to the next level right here. If I could use an Iraqi flag.
Yeah.
Now, if I put a
We're
Russian
gonna have a homeowners association all over you, bro.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not on the board anymore. So I know if I put a Russian flag out there, he'd probably go and salute it, if you know what I mean. But anyway, that gives you an idea where,
it does
politically. But anyway.
Oh me.
But I
what was that? Yeah. What was JD Anderson's like moniker then?
The Judge.
Oh,
The
He's been
Judge,
a judge
that's
for
right.
years.
Yeah, because he came out to that "It's So Hard to Be Humble" song that you know, it's when you're so hard to be humble, when you're so damn good at the country song, right? Rick Diesel. I just thought
I don't know.
I think so. It was the same one that they used.
Who sung it? Snoop Dogg?
No. Let me see here. Let me go on my handy dandy Apple Music app. Here.
Oh my God. You are so out of touch. How are you living and being so out of touch?
Hey, let me tell you something. That man standing inside the ring right there was Mr. GQ Niles.
Oh, GQ. And that is, yes.
Gentleman's Quarterly Niles.
You know what? I would have something smart to say, but I saw so many ladies with him that I don't even know that's, I mean, I guess it works. I saw
He was Mr. Ratings for a while too, if you remember.
Yeah, back in the 90s. It's let's see here. It's Hard to Be Humble. Mac Davis off the album Stop and Smell the Roses, released August 1st, 1974. So if you want to look up the song that we're talking about.
Well, JD Anderson used it because of the words.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. The fun fact about that song, God, I sound like Sheldon Cooper tonight. And when they were building up to Starrcade 84, and they had that Starrcade rally in Greensboro about 3 weeks before the show, Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair both came out and shook hands with Jim Crockett, and they made an announcement about the match being for $1 million. When Ric Flair left, they played that song. And nobody smartened up Dusty that's what he was going to do. And Dusty was a big fan of that song. And he's standing there the look on his face as that limo drove out of the Coliseum. He was looking at Flair like, you motherfucker. You know, if you watch that on Peacock, there's a they had to overdub the music, so it doesn't really make much sense. But if you can find a clip of Worldwide on YouTube and actually hear it, it's a pretty funny moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know all about having to fix that music.
Oh yeah, our YouTube endeavors have taught us that. That's his move right there. JD Anderson used a figure 4 leg lock. He used to come out
there right in the middle of the ring.
Yep. He used to come out there and cut those promos on those fans. He got the tap out too. Match is over.
That's it.
I wonder what happened to this little kid. I assume he was a little kid. I'm just going to assume his age was young.
Well, he was kid courageous, so that's dead giveaway.
I don't think he's in the business anymore.
Interesting.
Looks like Zelda tights, but are they Phoenix?
Yeah.
Phoenix, but what's that got to do with the Punisher top?
I think it's one of those things where you think your Punisher shirt looks cool, so you wear it. And it doesn't have anything to do with your outfit or your name being courageous.
But it should. Are we not all on the same page that it should? That it should make sense.
Well, it was the 2010s and the Punisher was really popular.
Yeah.
Was he?
Maybe one of the movies came out around then. I don't know.
There is that one that has Kevin Nash in it. It's the Big Russian.
Well,
I remember that.
What I wish Disney and DC would do, or DC is part of Warner Brothers, is please make more superhero movies, because there's not enough, and there hadn't been for the last.
Oh my Lord, there's so many.
I know, and
I wouldn't care if they'd just make them good.
Well, you can't tell the same story 50 times and it consistently be good. I mean, and who knows what's canon?
You know why they do it?
Because they make money.
There's a reason they do it.
They make
because
money.
People go and see them.
Yeah.
And they are.
And people stop, and people are slowly. They're stopping superhero movies are not guaranteed box office anymore. So now they'll start slowing down. But if you slap a superhero in a movie and it guarantees them billions of dollars, guess what? They're going to keep putting them out until people stop going to see them.
Which has begun. It has begun.
Well, maybe Westerns will come back now, because I mean they've tried to get the fire back under Westerns a couple of times in the last 20 years, and it just hadn't taken off. And I'm hoping that it does, because
I showed my children Tombstone a few months ago, and they loved it.
Yeah,
really,
they thought it was fantastic, and that's the best Western ever made.
Oh, bullshit! Comancheros by John Wayne is the best Western ever made.
No.
Yeah,
I even like some old westerns, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the God, what was it? The Magnificent Seven. Those were all good. Those were excellent too.
I'm kind of a big Jake and McClintock fan.
Yeah. There's old Dick Foley. Remember him?
Yeah,
I do remember him.
He went down to Myrtle Beach.
He got kicked in his Dick Foley.
Did he get a
cease and desist?
Yeah.
See, now I had an issue with that name, because every time that they called his name out over the loudspeaker, I would bend over in pain, because the only thing I can think of is Foley catheter in your dick.
God, I never even thought about that. You're right. Holy God.
Oh my God.
He was named after a catheter.
Now, I have a question. Was he from Gouge, or did he just call himself that?
He was from Power Pro down in Sanford.
Okay. Because like Gouge,
I mean, he probably did do some Gouge stuff.
Because most of the gimmicks from Gouge were like parodies. Because what's Chad's?
Well, he was another one, much like Ox Baker, that the name caused him a lot of issues, and he had to change it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Tennessee Ernie Nord was from Gouge originally.
I miss him.
Terrible. I do too. I'll have to send you a picture of what he looks like now.
I've seen one.
Oh, did you see it?
My God, he looks like he sells office furniture.
He does.
I tell you what, he told me, and remember that couple I used to come with sometimes, Chris and Jen, Rick Diesel. Remember they helped us on the big three ring show we had in Elkin? Well, we were all out at Cookout or somewhere in McDonald's or Cookout parking lot, and after a show in Mount Airy one time, and he told us a story so gross that we were scared to talk to him after that. I never talked to him again after that. I mean, buddy, I'll tell you the next time we see each other, but I ain't telling it here. It's not fit for even the fucking internet. And this is and the internet is where Pornhub lives, and it's not fit for that. So
not in North Carolina no more.
No,
that's right.
But everybody just got to find their own little free one that they've been watching for the past 15 years, and it's fine.
What are you talking about?
North Carolina, you can't go to Pornhub anymore.
You can't.
They blocked it a couple of months ago.
Really?
I read about it on a news
Stop acting like you don't know, man. You did a good job of pretending that you didn't know Pornhub.
We won't tell Jinky.
No. Oh, no. I mean, the whole...
Very convincing.
No, I was going to say...
No, I've actually read about it on one of the local news stations' website. What it was is they was going to make... God bless, what was it? They was going to make everybody have to work out past the law where you had to prove you're 21 or 18 or whatever it was. You had to prove your age, and to do that, you just got to upload your driver's license or something to the site. And Pornhub was like, "Well, we're not going to ask people to do that. We'll just let North Carolina have it."
First of all, there are plenty of free sites out there. Free that you don't even got to do nothing but put it in, and it's just boom.
I always heard they would eat up with viruses. And I put too much money into my computers to do that.
You can watch on your phone.
No.
I might be going too much into my shoot life.
I could watch porn on a phone. That would just be, what's the point?
Oh, you know what? Never mind.
I want it on a screen that I can see things.
Then I'm gonna tell you what you need to get you. An Oculus. Get you an Oculus.
You watched
Guys.
porn on them?
God Almighty!
Yes.
Oh, what was that? What site you was talking about a while ago, Matt? Amazon.
I'm about to end this show abruptly. I can tell you that. I
That
figured.
means they just like run around you and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can see their dirty feet and everything.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say,
Are we gonna get flagged?
probably not this deep into the show. The algorithm probably won't miss.
Oh, Stephen Fry says, speaking of gouge, Corey Edsel was Eskimo Joe there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Eskimo
Speaking of
Joe.
gouge, we got a lumber clown match on the show.
Yeah, lumber clown.
God, I love that match.
Yeah, no, and this is also you've spoken out strongly about not doing comedy matches. And yet
yeah, I know he does, and he talks all this game like he don't fucking remember some of the shit that I've seen in AIWF.
No, this match right here was specifically made because Rob McBride had such a fear of clowns. Shoot, legit, he had a fear of clowns to the point that it terrified him. That's why this match was even invented.
Who's that guy?
Jimmy Jannetty.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's Jim. He looks different than what I remember.
He didn't have no facial hair, right? He had facial hair most of the time. He didn't, right?
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, he's clean shaven here.
And see, they did the same thing.
Has Robert ever been clean shaven?
No, not since the 80s. You know, and I don't even think he was clean shaven then.
I know that. Did he ever write his Dukes of Hazzard book? He was working on a Dukes of Hazzard book.
Jimmy Jannetty?
Huh?
No. Jimmy Jannetty wrote a Dukes of Hazzard?
No, Rob McBride.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I remember him and Chris used to talk about it because Chris Tenney's a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan, and I believe him and Rob McBride would talk about it sometimes. Now, I could have swore at one time Rob McBride said he's going to write a book, but maybe he's just being facetious. Did y'all freeze?
No.
No, you just used that big word that freaked us out. I was stunned. Matt's Googling.
Well, no, I was trying to pull up Pornhub on my phone to see if it still worked.
Yeah, I can text y'all the free site. I don't want Ginger to murder me, so no.
Well, you know, I remember.
Like I said, I got way too much money in my computers to risk a virus getting in there and eating them up.
It's not as bad as it once was, Rick Diesel.
No.
But I will say this: if you don't stick to the mainstream stuff over there, you will fuck around and find out why the clown's so slow to hit Jimmy.
I don't know, but they have okay. First of all, are those inflatable bats?
Yes.
That was the joke.
I don't want to ever hear you say a thing about anything ever again.
No, I'm okay with a match that is made for comedy. But when you are in a serious match and you put comedy in it, it's stupid. This was made to be a joke for Halloween and to scare the hell out of Rob McBride.
And it was funny. The very first promo that Rick Diesel did when they invented this match, he said, we're going to have something come up that's never been seen before. It's going to be called a lumber clown match. And on either side of Rick Diesel, these clowns walked in with these these air-filled bats and were like hitting them on their hands. Like, you know, like the Big Boss Man used to do his Billy Club. And they were so serious. The promo was fucking hilarious. I might even filmed it for you, but I remember that I was just like, holy shit, standing there when they walked in with the way they came into the screen. If you ever find that, that's a good piece of video.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
That was
see, we always have fun at Halloween. I mean, well, there for a while we had a lot of fun. Now we've got a little more serious because we also had, remember the Ghouls and Ladders match?
No, I don't think so. Probably have to see it.
We had a Ghouls and Ladders match one time where it was a ladder match, but every once in a while, a bunch of ghouls would run in and attack everybody in the ring, beat shit out of them, and leave.
What was the show where everybody wanted to put on the outfit that was like we had like people standing like in masks and like black cloaks, and everybody wanted to watch some match, and they all wanted to go out like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had. It was that we might have had security dressed in hoods, in robes and masks, and there was a particular match that some of the guys wanted to watch, and so they
Major Havoc was one of them.
Major Havoc was one of them. So he got one of the security guys. He's like, "Hey, come here," and he took his robe and his mask and took his place so he could stand there and watch the match without people knowing that it was Major Havoc standing there. Because we didn't do that thing of going out and having wrestlers just sit out in the crowd and watch the show. I mean, that just doesn't happen at AIWF. And
Well,
we try not to anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's happened a few times recently. Once that really pissed me off, a deal with a steel, but I am not going to go into that here. It's not the time or the place.
I miss everything because I have a very comfortable corner that I hope stays where it's at.
But yeah, he wanted to
Working on it.
But yeah, he found a creative way to watch the match without anybody knowing that it was him.
If it makes you feel any better, Darren is helping with the remodeling, I guess you could call it, the updating of everything. So he is very in tune with your needs.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Because he'll look at
I'm
me
excited
go,
about the season. Eric.
he'll say, and he's looking at that and he's like, should like it like this, or should, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's very.
Okay, good. At least there's somebody I can trust there. I can say I always trust Darren.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the Lumber Clown match's defense, the best part of the match is that when they went out of the ring and the people and the Lumber Clowns would just beat them with those bats and they'd just stand there and look at them.
Yeah. And they just get back in the ring like a normal match. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because with the Lumber Clown match.
And also the crowd loved it. But once again, it was invented for the sole purpose of scaring the hell out of Rob McBlyde.
Well, remember Rick Diesel? Y'all did the same thing to TR Superstar one night where he's got that, what is it? It's the fear of wet wood. I cannot remember the name.
It's the fear of wooden. It's got something to do with wood, but we had a lumberjack match where he's terrified of wooden spoons.
Mm-hmm. That's a real
and it is a legitimate phobia.
Yep.
It's real. He is legitimately terrified of woods, but he says it's something about he thinks they'll choke him to death if he gets one in his mouth. But we actually had a lumberjack match where all the lumberjacks had wooden spoons, and he wouldn't go out of the ring.
Yeah, I mean, that's
he told everybody back. He said, "I'm gonna tell you right now, if anybody ever comes at me with a wooden spoon," he said, "I am kicking your fucking ass."
Yeah, and he meant it too. It's called xylophobia.
Yeah, he was dead serious. Because a lot of people thought he was joking. They thought he was just full of shit. He said, "No, I will kill you if you come at me with a wooden spoon."
Yeah, it's called xylophobia.
There's a phobia or fetish, or just or you name it. There's
now
something for it.
I am scared of wooden hairbrushes because that's what my mama used to beat my ass with when I got in trouble as a child. Those wooden goody brushes.
Yeah, with the big word on the back of them.
Yes, and I can't say that I didn't have a G whelp one time.
So listen to this. Xylophobia is the irrational fear of wooden objects and or fear of forests. Some people with xylophobia may be terrified and revolt at the idea of touching, licking, or running their teeth along with wooden objects such as popsicle sticks.
That just sounds disgusting anyway.
Some people with this phobia might be fine with touching the objects, but gag at the thought of having them in their mouth. That is what TR Superstar has. Because
no offense to that's what she said. I just had to. I feel bad that that's his honest to God phobia, but it did lean to that.
They threw what was it, Rick Diesel, like a big handful of wooden spoons in the ring, and he dove through the fucking ropes on the other side. I mean, it was
people
crazy.
used to wear T-shirts to the show that said, "I'm a wooden spoon survivor."
Yeah, I was like, really? Is that a real thing? And he was
One
like,
of them
God,
clowns.
yes. When they told me that,
Clown.
I walked right up to him. I was just like, dude, is this thing they're telling me about you having a fear of wooden spoons true? And he's like, oh God, yes. And I was like, he was just so upfront and honest about it. And it was Rob McBride who did that to him. That was payback for y'all putting him in this match with a bunch of clowns.
It may very well be.
It was probably TR's idea, if I know TR.
I heard a rumor that Pinocchio got a divorce because his wife had that phobia.
Waka waka waka.
Just he's here
there's
all
the
night.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to tip your
Waitress.
waitresses.
I want to say hey to Abby and Steve who are
Oh,
watching.
they watching?
Yes.
Those are two people we need to get on here too.
I agree.
Did they see the latest TikTok we put up?
I don't know.
Because it had Steve in it.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Mm.
It's called when you order your chiropractor from Wish.
Oh, I did watch that.
Oh, yeah,
that
I
was
saw
good.
that.
Yeah.
I was going through some footage the other day and I seen that. I was like, and it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, I got to do that.
And, you know, the very next year,
He said yes, he did.
Yeah, the very next year at Fright Night. This is funny that seeing Rob McBride get beat up in this association with TR Superstar. The very next year at Fright Night, that was when
One of those, Kevin.
Yeah, see, that's just irritating. It don't hurt, it's just irritating as hell. He was like, stop it.
Who's that? Oh, is that
Jody? They were to start.
No, I know that. I'm saying, who is it? That kid courageous getting his some other skinny kid. How many? If you were saying on average, how many weird skinny kids have we had in 32 years? Ones that didn't work out. Ones
talking about percentage
like a
wise?
couple of times and then just disappeared.
Dozens.
I would say it's 50 or more. Do you remember? The worst was in the 2000s when the Hardy Boys got famous.
When everybody wanted to wear pantyhose, fishnet stockings on their arms.
Yes, and big old jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and we would hear all the time, like people would say, yeah, I trained with the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm. Every skinny guy that wore that outfit would say the same damn thing. I wish Abby had been on here earlier when Lady Marion was on there, because I think we have the same opinion of Lady Marion. We'll see if she says anything in the chat about that.
But you know what?
Oh, Savior. That's one of the people Steve mentioned, the Savior.
Yes.
Not about him. Oh.
But now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Brian do that before the Hardy Boys did?
The
arm things, the sleeves.
I don't know if it was before them or not, honestly.
Oh, so Brian's a Hardy Boy, Mark. There we go.
But I didn't wear the big pants.
And it was later.
Because you done that in the mid 90s. When was they doing that stuff? Was that early 2000s?
Yeah, it was early 2000s. Well, let's think about it.
I'm talking about on a national stage.
Yeah, because the thing is, if the Hardy Boys had already been doing it, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, because you've never been.
If I saw somebody on TV, because there were a lot of guys who they would see somebody doing something on TV and they'd be like, hey, that's cool, I'm going to do that. And me, I'm like, no, there's already somebody doing that. I'm not going to do something that's already being done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because we've got footage of you from like 95, 96 doing it. And I don't think they had made.
No, because in 90s, I saw them at that New Dimension. Well, I saw Will of the Wisp at that New Dimension show. So that was like 97.
Oh.
I'm looking at. I'm more concerned about what's that in the mirror there. It's like laying on the bed. Oh, it's a pillow.
Yeah, it's a pillow. But now, just so you know, he's wearing a onesie.
I thought maybe it was a 3 Men and a Baby ghost. Round.
No, we filmed this in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Abby responded to your.
Oh, did she?
To your.
Thank you,
like-
Reagan, for. I know that. I'm not going to go into it. Abby knows. Abby, I'm sure, is
Where'd Matt go?
very well aware of.
Ah,
I just
no,
remember.
Matt, this one we need to sound up.
I know. I just remember that time Luke, she got in the ring and Luke's like, "Get out of my ring." Not Abby, the person we were talking about earlier, Lady Marion.
You know, Tim Dolan never thanked me for wearing that hat.
What does it say? West Virginia?
Moco.
What's
Tim
Moco?
Dolan's T-shirt company in West
Oh.
Virginia, in Union, West Virginia. Matt.
Yeah.
He might get it in time.
Nope.
Nope. Well,
he might. No, wait a minute. Matt.
Mad
Just
Matt
taking his
Carter. Oh my God. Yes, Abby, she was the worst. She was the worst.
There he is. Hey, Matt.
What?
You might want to get ready to turn the volume up just in case.
No. It's okay.
I can't remember, but it seems like I can't remember if it shows the whole thing or not.
No, that's it.
Nope. It's showing it. Yes.
No. Wait. What? Is it? No. No.
It's the official trailer, baby.
Oh my God. Why? Why do you want people to know this exists? I hope it never makes it.
No, it's on YouTube. It's available for public consumption.
Oh yeah, it's on
Oh my God.
there now.
The first and last.
Yes, there's my watch. It's on the AIWF Network, labeled the worst movie ever made.
I would.
The worst thing is the trailer is actually making it look
I know it makes.
decent. Don't let the trailer fool you. It is
Oh no, do not.
It is a terrible, terrible.
It's the
movie.
most embarrassing. I've done a lot of things in my life, and that's the most embarrassing I've ever done. Who is that? Is that Andrew?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. I know the
trailer makes it look good.
maybe you
I
should
know.
maybe you should do an edit.
Yeah.
Do an edit, Rick,
no-
and see if you can edit it down to make it decent.
Yeah. Do a Topher Grace edit.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
No,
Just,
it's-
No, Justin Flash.
Just go watch the movie. Might as
No,
well just go
no,
watch
do
it.
not. Do not.
I tried to
Dude.
watch it a couple of weeks ago and only got about 10 minutes into it, and I was just like, nah.
Now,
Here's-
as speaking of porn, we all know that the girl that played Billy's girlfriend in the movie is now a porn star in California.
I did not know
No,
that.
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
No.
Huh.
Well, let me get my Google machine out.
Wait a minute. Hang on. God bless. I'll tell you her name.
Melissa?
man.
No.
Maddie O'Reilly.
What?
Maddie O'Reilly.
That's what she goes by now?
That's her porn star name. And so she sent me a message one time and asked if there was a trailer to that. And at the time, there was not. But I always like to tell people she always wanted to be a big movie star, and we killed that for her. So she had to go into porn.
But you know what? It wasn't our fault that we chose a pervert to do our recording.
I know.
That guy, his whole life was to just film women. Because what was the other? Because we did another movie with him. Remember
you
when
talking
you and
about?
Brad were cops?
Who
Well,
was it?
That was Stan's movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Stan's movie.
Yeah,
because
She's
that
been
was-
a
that was
bad
our-
girl.
Yeah, our whole reasoning of doing a movie was Stan was doing his movie, and we were like, we could do a better job than this. And
we did.
We did, but it was
Which
still
means
bad.
this isn't the worst movie ever made.
It was bad. It was better than Stan's movie, but it still was terrible. So
it was bad. I'm so proud of it.
I do think if we tried it again, I think we could do a better job.
Oh my, there she is.
I told
Holy
you.
moly. Wow.
Don't hold the camera up to the screen.
I'm not. I'm holding it down. Oh my.
Yeah, we killed that poor girl. This movie killed that poor girl's actual legitimate movie career. So she had to go into porn, and it's probably our fault.
She's making good money.
Yeah, I'm sure she's doing.
I don't shame sex work. I do not shame sex work. Everybody in this place has taken a look at sex work and enjoyed it. So I'm not shaming anybody's sex work.
I guess my point is maybe she could have been the next Julia Roberts if it hadn't been for us.
She does that kind too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she does everything.
Yeah, I'm getting some pretty explicit.
Versatile.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that.
Well, not everybody could be Julia Roberts. So, this.
I mean, everybody's got their own thing.
Exactly.
Let me clear that out. Let me
I
take
say
that
that we ruined her mainstream career, but we could have kicked off her career too. So
yeah, exactly.
I guess it could have went either way. There could have been some, Vivid Entertainment could have seen a clip from our movie and went, "Hey, I like her."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jennifer Aniston started in Leprechaun, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Speaking of Vivid, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna get fired from my shoot job. Well, that was off topic.
If anybody asked, you have been in a movie with a porn star. Awards.
Well, you also forget that Sasha from
oh,
do you know?
I'm sorry, Matt.
Poor Matt. This whole show has completely gone off the rails.
Yeah,
completely off the rails.
And I've been at the 7th time that I was cut off in the middle of trying to give a wrestling history lesson. That's when I got up and walked the fuck outside. I'm sick of
Matt,
it.
We owe you
Matt,
one.
Take over, brother. It's your show.
No, it's yours actually. You own the sandbox. I just come to play.
Oh my God.
No, I was gonna say
I have been watching
it's still
during a
happening.
conversation. I've been watching this matchup. It is very good.
I wanted to point out that it was funny the very next year, at 2014, how topical the AIWF was at the time. TR Superstar and Rob McBride had a 50 Shades of Pain match. And that's when the book was the book had just come out. It was before the movie, and the book had come out, and, finally the American Housewife had her porn. And it was a real funny thing that they had that match. And at one point in the match, TR tied Boogie to the corner and put him a blindfold over him and whipped him with a belt.
Oh my. That's yeah.
It's a little too hot for TV there.
Is it? I've never seen. Is this match? I'm sitting down way too low.
Get too comfortable.
I'm getting too comfortable. Is this is the match that Kevin Phoenix wants to come back, right? The 50 Shades of Pain, or is that the Stairway to?
Kevin is big into the Stairway to Hell match.
Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Didn't he go through a table in the one he was in, a flaming table?
Yeah.
And he wants to do it again. Well, you thought
he's already done it at least twice because he done it also. And there is a show out here, and it was one of our Fright Nights. I cannot remember where it's at, but I'm hoping I'll run across it. That I can't remember what year it was. If anybody can remember it, just let me know. That we literally done Fright Night on 2 continents.
Yes, I remember that. It was a few years ago.
And he done the Stairway to Hell match in England. Because the videotape, they done Fright Night the first night in England on a Friday, and we done Fright Night on a Saturday. And the tape, the video goes back and forth between. So I'm gonna say this, and I could be wrong, but you got to really have your shit together to prove me wrong. but we might be the first actual indie company to ever do a big show in 2 countries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
so.
Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not even
wouldn't be
sure if one of the big
surprised.
major companies has ever done that.
WWF did a Raw one time that half the show was in the United States live, and the other part of it they showed like 1 or 2 matches from Germany.
Okay.
But those were taped. But what was crazy was they actually had a group over there touring Germany at the time, and so they filmed the matches and sent them via satellite back to the U.S. to be aired. So it wasn't like they just filmed them and brought them back and inserted them. No, the group was still actually over there touring when that aired on TV.
I got
So,
you. And that's kind of what we done is they done Friday night, we done Saturday night, and then we switched back and forth when the video's put together. But it was AIWF Fright Night done by 2 affiliates in the same year. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same show in 2 different countries done by 2 different affiliates. So
I want to say it was 16, maybe.
it could have been. And like I said, I probably have it somewhere. I just hadn't run across it yet.
So I'm just ignorant about this. How long has the affiliate program been around?
Early 2000s, 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah. I always think
No.
it coincides with the brand split in WWE, and that happened in 2002. So it was around that same time.
Okay. Because Brian and I
Now,
got
AC can tell you probably dead on because he was our first actual recognized world champion that traveled
Yeah.
to the other affiliates.
All right. Steve says it first started in 2000. I guess I just don't remember that.
Who's Stephen
That's when
Hayes?
we got married.
Mhm.
And, was that during maybe one of our falling out times when Brian and I got married?
I refer to them as sabbaticals.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
I'll start calling it sabbatical from each other.
I like that the cloth hanging from the apron with the
Yeah,
hockey mask.
yeah, with the creepy looking.
I like that.
And so what happened to where's the guy that he's wrestling from?
Miles Styles,
Yeah.
he's either from, he's up somewhere around the not Christiansburg, like Sulphur Springs area, somewhere around up there where Virginia and West Virginia kind of run together.
He's got a really good look. That's why I was
Oh
so
God,
curious,
yeah,
like,
Eddie was a real good worker.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
I
match
can't
is-
remember
even though
why
we've
he
been
got
talking
out of the
stupid
business, but I
shit,
don't
this
think he's
match
in the
is really
business
good.
Mhm.
He kind of reminds me of Killer Kyle from Smoky Mountain. He has a very similar look.
He does look like him.
Yeah. Much better wrestler though.
Yeah, much
Yeah.
better.
You know why Cornette had to stop using him in Smoky Mountain, Killer Kyle? Do you know why? Do you know that story? He kept going down to Atlanta and doing jobs on WCW TV, and Cornette warned him like 3 times to stop doing that because it made him, look like he could beat people on Smoky Mountain, but he couldn't beat anybody in WCW. And so Cornette stopped using him because he refused to stop going down there and doing jobs. And which was funny because they stopped using him in Atlanta not long after Cornette let him go. So he really fucked himself out of a good career.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I'm 110% on Cornette's side on that.
Oh
Yeah.
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 And that just goes to show that WCW, more than likely, the only reason they were using him is so they could say, hey, look, this top guy in Smoky Mountain, we're kicking his ass in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so when he's no longer in Smoky Mountain, they're like, oh, we can't use you anymore.
Oh man, we have
Right.
got to get Steve on this show. He's got a lot of information. He said that he worked. He had a match with Killer Kyle in 2005.
Really?
Yeah, Matt, get on this show. We need
All I
some
gotta do is-
Tell him to come on next week.
I think I'm friends with Abby on Facebook. I'm already friends with both of them.
That
I'll
reminds
send-
me, you're going to need somebody next week because I won't be here. I'll be out of town next week.
That looked good.
Mhm.
Well, quality of this show, I don't even know if we need to run next week or not. We've probably
Steve says
chased
he can
off.
come on next week.
God damn it, 9.
Now, never mind, we're canceled, Steve. Never mind.
Come on, man. We got to get off the rails every once in a while.
there's the big headbutt.
Ooh,
from
that
Justin
headbutt's
Flash.
pretty.
See if he can get in here. 1, 2. No. Oh, wow.
Nope.
He got away. Yeah. Steve, Abby, I will send the link next week to one of you guys in your Facebook Messenger. That's how it goes out. So I will send you the link. If you are going to, I recommend doing the show from a laptop or a desktop. But if you're going to do it from your phone, you need to download the Zoom app. And that's, yeah. If you have any other questions, just send them to me on social. Yeah, this was
I'm still trying to get Veer on here, but that ain't happening yet either.
Well, yeah, all you got to do is
Oh, that looks pretty.
Vera has so many Facebook pages. I don't know which one's the real one.
Nah, can't say that. Can't say that. That's allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. She only has one that her significant other is on. Just one.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching the show.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
Oh no, he thinks I'm a witch, so no, he's not.
Oh boy. That guy. Oh boy, I got some good, I got some good stories about him too.
Oh, that God, Justin Flash is so good.
He is. Yeah,
Well,
I like. He's one of those guys. I like watching him wrestle, and I like wrestling. And
he's one of these guys. What is they said? You could put him in there with a mop and they'd have a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a broom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the male version of Clara right now. You know, Clara Carter can pretty much wrestle with anybody, no matter how their skill level is. And Justin Flash has been like that too throughout his career. But so she would be the female Justin Flash. Let's get it right. He's been around a lot longer than she has. Oh, just frame of reference. Speaking of Clara, she would have been 10 years old at the time this was filmed. You fuckers feel,
oh my goodness.
You fuckers feel old yet? Her significant other would have been 12. Oh, and Justin Flash gets the
there it is. And look at the crowd. They go so crazy over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the video. It just
Wow, that was a good one. And it was a good show. We just went way off the rails.
Friday, yeah, Fright Night.
I will say this though, in our defense.
10.
In our defense, I have had a lot of people tell me that when we go off the rails like it, it's some of the best times they have enjoyed on the show.
You're gonna have to convince Matt of this.
I know, and I know it's hard because Matt's hardcore at wrestling. He knows what this show's supposed to be.
Well, I judge it by the number of views on YouTube, and that tells me, you know, that I go by what that tells me. And sometimes it's a mixed message. Most of the time, it means I put the right thumbnail up there. But see, I messed up last week when I put that girl up there in her panties. The algorithm wouldn't let me use that. And so that hurt our views for last week, but we still did pretty good for our average. And
hey, this show, this I have fun. So.
Yeah, that's what.
And I'm just drinking Kool-Aid. I'm not. That's not. Last week, guys, I decided I wasn't going to drink wine like I did last week.
Well,
hey, Matt, the show from last week on Facebook's had 505 views.
Oh, that's great. Good. Because it's not.
Well, I'm sorry, 2 weeks. Oh yeah, then okay. I'm looking at our special. It's had 210 views. So.
Yeah, the birthday special, which was very impromptu.
I was actually in the chat room for that one.
Yeah, I saw it after the fact, and
everybody's like, "Where's Reagan to watch the chat room?"
Well, we figured
nobody's
you guys
listening
were like,
to our nobody's reading our comments.
Yeah,
she was in the chat room reading the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we figured you two were, you know, busy rearing two future fine, self-sufficient Americans to have time to jump.
Not
on
really. They're already self-sufficient.
Well,
That's what. Here's my PSA: if you're gonna have children, have twins, because then you won't ever have to do anything with them.
They keep themselves.
They keep themselves entertained.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's very logical.
No, we do a lot with our children.
Right.
If you're friends with us on Facebook, you see that we do a lot with our children. I just like to shit on being a parent.
I don't know. I seen y'all at a New Year's Eve party. I seen a picture of y'all at a New Year's Eve party. Reagan looks she looked mad.
Because
My
It's
stomach
her off.
was sultry.
She's like the rest of us. She's mad because she's too old to be out that late.
Hey,
You know?
no, this party we went to was a bunch of older people than us. They were like, you know,
I had an 80s and 90s cover band playing.
Oh,
Oh
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Have you guys
had a good old time?
talking about? Have you guys seen the new TV show on Peacock, Ted? Have you watched that yet?
Have not had a chance to watch.
is this from the movie?
Yeah,
Ted?
it's a prequel. It's when Johnny was 16 years old back in the 90s. So I was the exact same age in 1993. So it really speaks to me. And one of the scenes, Ted goes, you talk about 80s and 90s bands. Ted has to be the designated driver for the, I guess it'd be his cousin. She wants to go to a party at Halloween, and he gets in the party, and you can hear Spin Doctors playing, Two Princes, 1, 2, 2. And it's like, she's like, okay, I'm gonna go do some Jello shooters, and he's like, great. And I have to stand here and listen to Spin Doctors sober. Like, that's a good line.
Yeah.
But
They didn't cut they kept the language in it, didn't they?
yes, that's why it's only on Peacock. You couldn't show that on broadcast TV.
No, I'm sorry. And I was like, but that's what I like about these networks having streaming services.
Oh, Lord, why is Trista watching?
What?
What is going on?
She must be bored.
We didn't do ad reads today. She's mad.
Good job, Trista. You're supporting your family business. So
You might, if she's on there, you might want to do an ad read for her.
Tease Treats is a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina area. If you'd like to find out where they're going to be, 336-755-8204, 336-755-8204. And the phone lines for Tease Treats are manned 24/7. So feel free to call at 3:00 in the morning if you want to. They would just absolutely love that. And if you don't get an answer or get a voicemail, just keep calling. Somebody will answer.
I'm not going to. I love Trista. Trista is the best thing at AIWF besides Darren. So,
well, Reagan just took a shit on everybody in the locker room. How you feel about that, Mickey Fulton? Matt Anderson.
As the standards keep getting lower.
Hey, I love those chicken
I'm
tenders.
picking on him. Darren is such a big help in the renovations for the upcoming season.
I am going to
I
say
want to do without him.
I'm going to say something really true and honest. I think right now AIWF has some of the best wrestlers on the indie circuit. They have some of the best people working in the back. They have some of the best people working on storylines and TV production and everything. So this is a great time to be in AIWF.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think the start of this next year coming up, I think we're really getting warmed up in 23. I think 24 is going to be even better. And I think it's going to start growing.
Matt, I'm just going to tell you now, I've done what was asked of me. Where it goes from here is all up to you.
What's that?
Wait, what? What?
Something.
So what was we talking about? I got distracted.
I don't know what's going on.
Last thing I asked from you was the first episode of Cyber Zone, and I got it, and then it'll be premiering this Wednesday on AIWF Ringside
You want
Wrestling
all of
YouTube.
them, or there's going to eventually be over 100 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send them to me. Whenever. And I can download them and put them in a can and just sprinkle them out, distribute them whenever.
And the music will already be fixed.
Thank God. Because I just do the easy thing. If I get a copyright pop, I just click edit out segment, walk out of the room, come back 2 hours later, it's ready to go.
You shouldn't get them because I don't get them on mine. So
yeah, no, I don't get them anymore either. So yeah, it's working good. And if you open up the video, if you do it from your PC, if you scroll down in the description, it'll show the songs that you pick off the YouTube music library for each segment. So that's pretty
All right,
cool.
references them. Like
Yeah.
footnotes them.
Yeah, it puts them all in there. Yep. all part of the great service called YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I hate the fact that I have to butcher up the music as bad as I do, but I do try really hard to get close.
I don't know who the fuck you are, iPad, but I'm not letting you in here. So you
No.
need to do a better job of identifying yourself. I don't care who you are.
She won't.
She ain't coming in.
Oh, I'm not part of this. Don't know what's going on.
Besides, we need to wrap up anyway. We've been going over 2 hours. So
okay. No chili for you.
I live 150 miles away. It's not a threat. And I can go to Wendy's and get my own chili.
Oh God, you're digging a hole, Matt Carter.
Hey, all I ask is for simple identification. If you can't type your name, then I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's been a rule since it was pointed out to me.
Maybe I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, and that's been.
I'll take a blame for it.
Yeah, but it's been a rule set because we had somebody come out here one time that didn't identify themselves, that came on shit on the show, and it caused a big to-do at one of our live events. And
oh yeah, I remember that.
And somebody's got to tell me this off camera.
Yeah, we will. We'll tell it off camera. It's actually been the only ejection from Ringside Wrestling that we've ever had, and so yeah, and so that's not going to happen again. You got to identify yourself before I let you in. Sorry, it's the way it goes. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Hey, he makes the rules.
Yeah, I mean, we've learned the hard way. Go back and watch some of our earlier shows. You think this one was bad? Watch the first couple of them. Daniel Halen was on the very first show, did the interview naked while he was in the bathtub. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you didn't see any slong or anything, but you could tell how nervous we both were because that was the very first show.
Oh
we were texting after it was over with, and I was like, man, do you think that was bad? And he was like, I don't think it was too bad. I think we got through it. And I was like, that was my only goal on the first show. I just wanted to get through it. You know, it's like wrestling the great Khali. You just want to get through it. So anyway, all right. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I think we're good.
No, I can't think of anything.
Maybe we get Steve and Abby on here next week. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he said he said he signed off. He said he would come on.
All right,
don't forget to put your name on it.
Yeah,
that's right.
We won't let you in if you don't put your name on it. Type your name.
Yep, type your name. All right, wrestling fans. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week. We'll see you back here next week. And until next time, so long for now.